Welcome to Dirt Secrets, where we dig deep into the stories, strategy, and surprises of building and buying in Central Florida's hottest neighborhoods.
We're Kim and Amanda from Builders Concierge Group, your insiders in the builder world.
From helping builders create custom urban infill projects, even when that means knocking down an old home, to guiding buyers and relocation clients through every step.
We know the dirt, the deals, and the details that turn big dreams into beautiful addresses.
So grab your hard hat
and your coffee.
Let's dig in. Hi there, and welcome back to Dirt Secrets. I'm Kim.
And I'm Amanda.
And we're here to talk a little bit about design today. I know when we all think about design, we think about everything from a new throw pillow to new floors. And design has a different aspect a little bit in new construction. We're picking out the bones of the house. We're picking out the floors, the cabinetry, the countertops, the things that you're going to live with for years to come. And it's always tempting to be trendy. It's tempting to go on Pinterest and Instagram and come in and go, oh, I want bright blue kitchen cabinets. I love this coastal look. And it's like, are you going to love that coastal look in 5 years? Or are the people that you have to sell your house to when you have a job transfer or a life change going to love those blue cabinets? And
I will.
Yeah, you will. Amanda loves blue.
But they're painted with cabinets. You can always paint them.
Exactly.
Do what you like.
Blue is a beautiful, beautiful trend. And I think everybody loves
peaceful.
Greens and blues and nature
really
colors.
Right now.
What's your favorite blue? What kind of shade do you resonate to? Is it more green? Is it
I'm
more
always
teal?
into bright colors.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Especially when we talk about design. Teal probably wouldn't work unless it's maybe a bonus room or something. I am the more analytical one. I'm not really big on design. I can just tell you what I like and don't like. Kim does all of our design stuff for one of our builders, and we consult with others. We don't necessarily do it, but we consult about process and things like that. Ultimately, what we do is sell real estate. I mean, that's our main focus. But Builders Concierge Group is about all of these different steps, from finding the land to designing the architecture. Like we'll work with the architects about who we expect the demographic to buy the home is. Do they want the master up? Do they want it down? Why? Laundry needs to be on that same floor whenever possible. Do we have to detach a garage? How can we make an impact? So there's all kinds of things that we have to start with the architecture about. We're also looking at it in a builder's point of view from doing this for so long. Architects and builders have different language. So it's like I'm also looking where the air handler is going because that gets missed a lot, making sure there's doors everywhere. And then we get to that process where the big difference from the last episode we talked about doing our selections and picking things out and all that kind of stuff for yourself when you custom design it versus speculation. Kim gets the design done in a few hours. Takes a little bit longer to get on paper. We have some help with that. So it can go to the builders and with a little thumbtack so they can order and all that kind of stuff that they need to do. It's fast. This is how we make our builders make the most amount of money. They get the design done up front and they just go. When we get a homeowner involved in the middle of it, they start making changes. That one change affects other changes.
It does. We talked about that. Yeah.
We sell a home speculative every time. And somebody's like, oh, I love this. Or I probably would have done something different, but it's so subtle, it's fine. The key is making sure everything blends together. And my favorite saying constantly when I see certain things, less is more. And if it's a busy tile, which is kind of trendy right now, it goes in a half bath. It goes in a smaller laundry room. Yeah. We don't put it in big spaces.
And, there's some design trends that are definitely just that, trends. And there's some design things that are classic and timeless. And I think it's important, whether you're remodeling your home or whether you're building one from scratch, to pick good quality materials, timeless designs. White checker cabinets are something I thought would be a 5 to 7 year trend, which is what typically a trend is. And they've been enduring now in the market for 15 years. And what's great about them is you can go in and paint that kitchen a really bold color, and all of a sudden those white cabinets really pop against the wall. You could change out that backsplash to something more wild and bold, and all of a sudden it's like that becomes such an eye catcher. So it's almost like you're wearing your basic wardrobe items every day, your classic white shirt and your classic black trousers, and then putting beautiful jewelry and sweater and scarves and all those things. It's the accessories. Yeah.
Easy to switch out.
Always keep that in mind that, that teal blue kitchen that you loved when you did it, you might not love in a year or two. So it's always important to you want your home to look new. You want to walk in and say, oh, I love that light fixture, but don't get too caught up with the bright shiny objects, and make sure that you're choosing your counters, your floors, and your cabinetry. Your light fixture is even easy to change. It's like taking off earrings and putting on a new
You can change a
pair.
whole look with a light fixture.
Absolutely. Knobs on your cabinetry, sometimes just putting a different, more decorative hardware can really change the look. So think about going with the basics, just like building your wardrobe, go with the basics and then add beautiful accessories.
There's so many things that we do with design, and we talk about influence, whether it's traditional, it's modern. I mean, the city's kind of gotten away from allowing us to do ultra modern design, so we can do that transitional. We're modern home outside and be a little bit more modern inside. So what do we always say? All things can be solved by design. If you have a little subpar location, for instance, you just fix it with design. It comes into play too. It's like, where do you spend your money? So where am I going to get the best value for the design I want to do? You can design on a budget like nobody's business.
Thanks.
I mean, literally giving you a look, you're like, it's not going to look exactly like that, but it's going to be the same way, and it's going to fit your budget versus, well, don't you have expensive taste? So
it's always fun to take someone to the lighting or the tile store, and you see them start wandering over. They've got their hand out and their eyes drawn. I'm like, no, don't go over there unless we're going to triple our budget. So that's one thing that we help with the process, both with the builders and with the customers, is I try to get you the best quality, best look, most latest design for the best price possible. There's no use. You can walk in and look at a $5 a foot tile and a $10 a foot tile, and unless you're an interior designer, I defy you to see the difference sometimes.
Oh, 100%.
So it's really important to make sure that you're adding things that add both beauty and value to your home.
3D printing's changed the world.
Absolutely. And we don't want you to over improve your home and then have to call us in a few years and go, wow, remember that $30,000 range I had to have? You're not going to get $30,000 back out of that range. So when you're picking a big, expensive item like that, think carefully, because it has to be something that really gives you joy every day, because it's not always going to translate when you go to sell.
I'm not going to say names because that's not nice, but there are some very expensive.
And we are very nice.
Well, but
I was being sarcastic.
we do know, people are drawn to certain appliances. There's a look at me factor, because it's the cost of what it costs and all that kind of stuff, which, I mean, come on, we all have that kind of thing in us.
Sure.
However, when you just do a little search about complaints against whatever you're looking for, pay attention to that too, because just because it's the most expensive or on the higher end doesn't mean there's a better thing that gives you the same thing, better everything. It's still not going to be cheap, but it would be less expensive than some other things, and likely better. It's just not always. It's like
the most
we used to call copying Xeroxing.
Yeah.
Things change over time. Technology changes, and some people keep up with it faster than not. So
absolutely.
Got to pay attention to that. You want to know that you're not going to have to replace all your items in your freezer or refrigerator on a regular basis, because it's taken months to get repaired and it breaks a lot. We want to know those things. That becomes important when we're having conversations about budget and design as well.
Yeah, because it's quality. It's about quality and length of use. You want it to be useful for the entire time you're living in that home. You really
create a brand and you stop doing the technology on it, or keeping up with the trends, and you start having issues you'll fix because you're focused on brand, name only. It's not just about the name.
Oh, it's not, and it's just not about appliances, cars. I mean, there's many brands like that have this prestige.
They're the first.
When you dig down deep, you're like, wow, I better figure on that one being in the shop a lot.
Or if your realtor says it, listen.
Yeah, listen.
Do your research. You don't have to totally, obviously don't listen to everything you hear or ever. Do your own fact searching. I mean, we don't have to talk about every aspect, but you know what I'm talking about. Always know your facts.
And another aside on design is, there's many different aspects of it. Sometimes when we buy an older home, we don't have the budget or the time to replace all of the bones. So there's also many ways to make those bones look better. Like Amanda was talking about, light fixtures just change the whole aspect of a house. Most wood cabinets can be painted. Sometimes that's where you don't be scared of a trendy color because you're like, I got a solid wood cabinet, I'll just paint it at the next trend. So cabinet hardware, bathroom fixtures, bathroom lighting, those are all mirrors. I mean, goodness gracious, you just go take one of those plain plate mirrors out and put a beautiful framed mirror in a bathroom, just change the whole look. And that's the kind of advice that we try to give people when we do work with resale clients is, no, I'm not asking you to come in and remodel the house. I'm asking you to clean the design up a little bit and make it a little bit more on point for what customers are looking for now.
Well, I mean, that brings you to another topic too, because we're talking about brand new construction and designing it, and we design it for the builders. And sometimes we work with end users. We do pre-sale. We have builders that do pre-sale and work directly for that end buyer. So we do a little bit of everything, but we also do resale. It's definitely not the majority of our business, but we go back to exactly what you're saying. Sometimes we have to depersonalize a home and say, switch out the knobs here, paint this here. Let's remove certain things. I mean, we just did one, 25 people through multiple offers, sold it in a day. So, but everything we told them they do, they were like, do we have to? Yes, you have to. I said, otherwise they're going to walk in and feel like they're in your home instead of moving their furniture into that home. So depersonalization is a big piece of design as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially if you're looking to, buy or sell. Some other things about design in general. I love it. I have a passion for it. I could talk about it for hours and hours, but I'll try to wrap this up. When you're choosing flooring, you want to make sure that it's durable. Think about your lifestyle. You may love those beautiful wide plank wood floors, but if you've got 3 dogs and 2 kids, you may want to look at an LVP product. You may want to look at a wood look tile.
Laminate looks like wood. The 3D now, you can do whatever you want.
Absolutely. So there's so many options. I think that's what's so great about all the new technology, like Amanda was saying, 3D printing and things where even less expensive or mid-price products look fantastic. And I think it's really important when you're shopping for those things to compare and contrast, like take the least expensive thing that you like and could live with, and then go take it and put it next to the most expensive thing and see how much actual difference there is. You'll find there's not much.
No. I mean, and it gives you more consistency. A lot of people look for like quartz versus quartzite and different things. 3D printing comes into play with that. There's some quartz in there, but it's also, man-made, if you will. It's non-porous. It's better for everything. You put hot plates on everything. You have more consistent pattern as well. But it still looks incredible. We can do super slabs, so we don't have seams in your countertops. Those kind of things that you want to pay attention. You may or may not want to pay attention to. A lot of people do have issues with that. So there's a lot of different things like that might be worth it, may not. So we've just spent it on the real thing, especially what we're capable of doing now to save you with budget and give you the same look.
You have to look at the cost benefit, and you have to think about, once again, how long is this going to last. I remember when Corian first came out, when I was first in the new home business. Corian was a big upgrade.
You're aging yourself.
It was a huge. I know. Well, I'm old, but it was a huge upgrade, and people would come in and go, but it kind of just looks like Formica. It's just solid instead of plastic. And, it's like, well, technically it's kind of plastic too, but it's just a thicker, denser product. But, it's so funny now. I walk in some of those 90s homes now and I'll see the Corian and I'm like, that was an expensive upgrade back then. So you do want to think about, the longevity of an upgrade, how much you're paying for it. And sometimes too, the cost is less than you think. Don't be afraid to ask what something costs. You can always say no.
Well, my favorite thing is that they tell you what it costs. Like, what do you have that looks just like this for less? Like, come on over here. There's always that solution as well.
Typically there is. Yeah, there's a lot of different quartz manufacturers. Once again, when quartz came out, it was a huge upgrade over granite. And now that so many manufacturers are into it, it's equal to, or
because they're able to produce it without mining it. So it makes a huge difference, and you get all the benefits and then some with it not being porous,
Yeah. I think quartz is an enduring trend that is definitely here to stay.
I'm moving going from the shaker cabinet down to the tiny little, what do they call it? The thin shaker, what do we call it?
Oh, the slim shaker?
Slim shaker, slim shady, slim shaker. So, and that's a really pretty look too.
It is,
and the wood looks coming back in.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more natural woods, and once again, use that for some contrast. Instead of being like the old-fashioned grainy oak, we all think of wood. That's the first place our brain goes. Once again, 3D
Manufacturing.
printing technology. All of a sudden, there's coming these fantastic laminate and MDF products that 5 years ago I would have been like, no, thank you. I'm not putting that in a nice house. They just look incredible and gives you just a little bit of natural textures. And we are seeing a lot more natural textures. I do like that trend. I like that seeing everything from the wood is a little more natural looking. It's not, for a while we were into that heavy hand scraping and, that was that dark, really dark woods. And I just love that everything now it's like, it's kind of neutral and coastal and just, it just gives a good warm feeling. No matter what your style is,
Gray on gray on white on gray. It's out. That's gone.
Yeah. Gray's kind of going away.
Keep gray with warm. Yeah. You have to have a combination.
Yeah. Some of our best interior paint colors now are definitely leaning more towards the warmer beiges, warmer grays or gray beiges. We are definitely out of the white, gray, and black phase. But, once again, if you love it, take one bathroom and do that. So this is going to be my black and white bathroom. And that's still classic. I mean, you go into a 500-year-old palace and see black and white checkerboard floors, and you can go into, it's been trended again in the 30s, 40s, 50s. So some trends are timeless and enduring, but don't hesitate to take that one bath and make it just really personal, really cool.
And have fun with it. I'm the type of person that's going to get stressed out if I have to do it. So we also have options where Kim will just pick everything out. You give her a little idea of what your palette is with Pinterest. She will actually go in, select everything within budget, and then you come in and review it. If you want to make a change or two, but you don't have to get overwhelmed with every single little detail, because this goes down to black, chrome, brushed nickel, champagne, brush gold. What are we going to do for plumbing fixtures? And then all the little things that go along with that.
And I know how hard it is. Believe me, I will fly through picking out things for house, and I'll get hung up on cabinet knobs, or I'll get hung up on a
cabinet knobs.
Knobs. I'm sorry.
The Southern came out.
I'll get hung up, and I'll be like looking at the same page, going for hours. Going, just pick one, Kim. And it's light fixtures, so I know what customers are feeling, because even when I'm going through this, I find myself getting hung up on one thing, and that's when some customers will say, can you just kind of narrow it down to 3 for me? And I'm happy to do that. And that does make their life and my life easier. It's like, here's 3.
Well, you're quick at it. You already know what the price is. You've already seen it installed. We can show you pictures of it installed and how it matches that look. Because looking at one little thing, I have no idea. Yeah. That's not I'm not a visual. I complain about other people not being it, but it's true. True. The majority of the population, like me, is not visual.
They are.
But you are.
And
that's why we're a good team.
Try to. We are
a balance.
We are a good team. But I think that's something important that we bring to our builders too, is the ability to, because we're working with customers every weekend.
We know what they're asking for.
We hear what people are asking for. We go and look at a lot of other builders' products, and I am, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. I will go get some great ideas from other
or single
builders
white female,
or designers. But that's one of the, I think, the strongest services that we bring to builders is we're able to give you on budget, on trend items that are going to make your home sell faster.
That's the key. More they buy it faster, you make more money, and they're going to buy it faster because of design and what everybody wants today and what they're seeing all over. Yeah. And things change fast. Things change super fast. So we are seeing a big trend with cabinets to the ceiling. We're not going to use those cabinets. They're not for anything. They look good.
Can't reach them.
You won't have to worry, I guess, about dust. Maybe on the front of them, but not on top of them. But they look good. So if they look good, guess what? Everybody wants them. It's time to start putting your money there. You got to do what the market's telling you they want. I prefer a big double island with cabinets on both sides, and then you have this massive island space. But then you can keep it skinnier too and maximize, especially on an open floor plan, that living area when you do stuff like that. So there's positives and negatives to every aspect and why you do certain things. I think the trend with the cabinets to the ceiling is here to stay.
I do too. I do too.
I mean, it's out to put stuff on top.
If you look at older homes, if you look at classic like Victorians and, and craftsman homes from the early part of the 20th century, cabinets always went to the ceilings. Now were the ceilings 8 feet? Yeah, they were. But it's still it just fills the space up visually for you. And I think that people, once again, Amanda's always the practical side of the team here, and she says more storage. It's stuff you don't use very often, but you can throw your
those small homes had small closets.
All those decorative dishes. Yeah, right. They didn't have a lot of closet space or storage space, so the kitchen became
we live differently.
Big storage part, but most people ate in their kitchen too. So it's like it had to perform a lot of different functions.
We're seeing a lot more with Scullaries, which is a second kitchen behind your kitchen. It includes your laundry room, second dishwasher, second fridge. It's a staging kitchen. It's if you like to entertain a lot, it's a good idea to have one because your caterers can come and they can stage in the back of the kitchen. There's certain religions and stuff that focus on having separate things as well, so it benefits that as well. There's a lot of purpose and reason to the things that we do, but when we talk about trends, it's what's best for you. How do you live your lifestyle? It really starts how do you live in your home. And then it goes from there. And budget is a huge piece of this. Even if you can afford it, why would you want to spend it even if you can afford it? Less is more. I always go back to that. So for future episodes, as we start to wrap up, we're actually going to bring some of our builders in. We're going to bring them in. We're going to interview. We're going to talk about the trends and the things they're doing and why they have consistency. So when you do see certain builders, every single one of them, you're going to see they always do this. They always do that. You'll see that consistency. They're going to tell you why. A lot of it leans to, well, I have less warranty. The less warranty items I have, the happier you are, the more you refer me and the less money it costs me. So you do certain things up front. Even if you can't see it, it becomes important value to you because you're not home waiting for somebody to show up. You don't have the warranty issue. Now you have to stay home. The key is to stop all those things. We're going to have conversations about why we do certain things, why we don't do other things. Every single builder that we worked with all have different reasons and different ways of doing it. And all of them are right, quite frankly, the way they mix it together.
Absolutely. So
just tune in because you're going to start seeing some really fun stuff and learning directly from these builders what they're doing and their unique platform and business plan and how they do their speculative stuff and their investors and everything. It's quite fascinating, to be honest with you. It's probably things you're not even realize that's going on.
Because once again, it's called Dirt Secrets.
We're telling all the secrets.
I think that's probably a wrap.
Yeah. So go
push
buttons. I love to push buttons, subscribe, all the little things you're supposed to do, and stay tuned. More's coming.
Thanks for listening. That's another episode of Dirt Secrets, where we uncover the real stories and strategies behind building and buying in Central Florida.
If you're a builder ready to make your mark with a custom urban infill project, a buyer looking for the perfect home, or someone relocating here for a fresh start, we're here to guide you from blueprint to closing.
Make sure to follow the show on your favorite podcast app so you never miss a single secret and to stay ahead of the market.
You can find us at buildersconciergegroup.com or on Instagram and Facebook at Builders Concierge Group, where we share listings, behind-the-scene tours, and sneak peeks of what's coming next.
We'd love to hear from you. Send your questions, your dream home wish list, or your own dirt secret, and we might feature it in a future episode.
Remember, whether you're breaking ground, buying your first home, or finding your Florida forever home,
the right property isn't just built, it's crafted with the right team, the right strategy, and the right connections.
You've been listening to Dirt Secrets, and we'll see you on the next episode.